All right. We are live with the wrong colors and everything. Hey, so I've got here with me, you don't know who this is. So Russ Hedge and D. Scott Smith, affectionately known as Bert and Ernie. So Bert couldn't make it, so I got Ernie dadgummit. So how are you today?
Hey, it's just a beautiful day. It is. It's been in the mid 70s. So when I had to go out for a lunch meeting today, I took the top off the car. Man, we were having a good time.
I hope it's a
So,
convertible.
so yeah, it is a beautiful day here in Waco, Texas.
My internet's going out of get. I pay too much for this to happen.
Well, are you familiar with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? And
no, I don't get out.
He said the technology is what we call things that don't work yet. So here we are living in a technological world full of things that don't work yet. But we are live on, I know we're on LinkedIn because I got on LinkedIn and my wife is out there watching. So that's a good thing. And Mike is somewhere in here. He's changing up the branding as we go. So pay attention.
Nothing's working back here. I'm like Captain Kirk with the Enterprise. Nothing's working. I'm hitting buttons. Can you even see me? I probably look like
So here's the crazy thing about Star Trek. They had these panels full of buttons. Not one of them was labeled.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right?
Yeah, that.
You're just like, all right, here's your console, and you're like, all right, and they're just like boop, 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 whipping those buttons around. I don't know.
You know what else it is? That's my electric box. Yeah, my electric box. I even wrote it in, but it just wears out. And so I go every time I need to go do something, I had to flip every daggone breaker. If there's any rednecks in here, they'll know.
Computer keyboards are getting better, but it used to be that way. If you typed a long time, pretty soon, they look like a Star Trek board. All the lettering wore off.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I don't have no business messing with electric box anyway. All right. So, hey, people are here. I thought half the country's playing. I played today, which never happens. I
was a
went outside.
Beautiful time.
Yeah. So while people are here, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Let's go drop some good people.
All right.
Get Vanessa up here. She is so nice in her
rolling.
car, smiling.
Let's get this thing going.
Look at her back there smiling. I can't wait to bring her up.
Are you looking to grow your network and your net worth with other high-level, heart-centered professionals? Then grab a seat and your favorite beverage and join Mike Asherbranner, the Redneck Connector. It's time for the Hounds of Business Community Happy Hour.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see who we got in the house today. Man, we got people here. Oh, my goodness gracious. So, there's Christine A. Smith. Hey, I need to introduce you. You got the same last name.
Yeah. This is a good-looking picture.
Yeah, I just found out that you two. Yeah, I told you, I mind my own business. That's proof positive. I didn't know that. I said, Christine, D. Scott said, yeah, that's my wife. I said, well, I'm glad I was nice.
I'm glad you were nice too.
I went straight up to the LinkedIn. I was like, yeah, I'm
being a gentleman.
No. So good to see you here. There she is. Let's support her. Vanessa is so nice. I'm going to hurry up so we can get her up here. Noni is here. Hey, Noni, she's busy with OZK Studios, got her podcast. Man.
Happy people at the happy hour. So life is good.
Hey, check us out. We got Daniel Hall. Hey, good to see you, my friend. He must be a Vanessa fan. There's plenty of those out there, man. Hopefully he'll be a Hounds fan soon. We'll see. And that internet. I pay way too much for this. All right. So, hey, I'm going to get to Yolanda.
What does the Kentucky internet look like anyway? How many tin cans and how much string?
Well, in our defense, we put the tin cans and the string underground. We are sophisticated. Yeah. I don't have plumbing in the outhouse, but I do have surround sound. See? All of these, baby. All right. So, look, I want to give a shout out, to these people. Michael Carr, Tanya Eberhardt, Brand Face. Yeah. It's so much fun when somebody goes, hey, I need help. I'm starting a company, or I'm business, or, I'm changing direction. Who do you know? and I don't have to say anything. I just pull up my old brand, and I'm like, hey, that's what they did for me, because it's more than. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I recommend people follow them on LinkedIn, because they get the newsletter, follow their posts, listen to the podcast. You're going to find some fabulous guests out there with just amazing brains that are being shared right there in front of you.
Dude, and they push people up all the time. And the client spotlight, I even got a picture of it. I think that's, see?
Look at that.
Man, they just always pushing people up, always loving on people. And, that's the easiest advertising in the world, right? They expect us to say we're great. They don't expect hundreds of people running around and say we're great. Right? You can't buy that at the corner store, man. That's earned. So thank you, Tanya, for all you do. She's helped so many hounds. I lost count. Oh, and this guy, hey, he was on y'all's show today, right? Russ Hedge.
Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna put that on the HOB YouTube.
Yeah, Troy's got an amazing story, and he's got a book coming out. And so if you go to his website, you can sign up on the email list and get notified, because it's going to be coming out probably around April or so. It's just in process, but an amazing story. And he was on your show with you, Mike. Yeah, and he was on today with Russ and I on The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. And so people can find that there and get some inspiration.
Yeah, my butt. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Can you see?
Yep, we hear you. We hear you good there. I'm just reading the comments. This is one of the things I love about these kind of shows, is the conversations that are going on between the folks. I see Jackie Olmstead. We got to meet Jackie when Christine and I were in Phoenix, Scottsdale, last summer. We decided to go in July. A friend of mine said you couldn't wait till August when it was hotter, but we had a good time, and it's just fun to be in the same 3D space with people. And so that was with Jackie. So
oh man, we'll get
all right. So the internet for the big dog there is buried underground in Kentucky, but he's going to be back. He's going to be here. We're going to hear him. Kindness Worldwide in York, PA. We're going to get some details here when Mike comes back online. Oh. Well, I'm going to read some of these comments out. Susanna says, morning, hounds. And as I say, I always talk about, I like breakfast for dinner sometime. And I say, well, it's 7 a.m. somewhere. So good morning. All right. Mike's back in here. We got him back online.
The old man normally, but this. All right. Thank you for saving the. Super guy, man. Unbelievable. And last but not, he just went to Kevin Smith. So that's pretty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound like a 1990s cell phone going through a tunnel sometimes.
Hey, I'll put it in the private chat because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'll put it in the private through. Let's go ahead and get Vanessa up.
Yeah, let's get her on the screen here. But hey, thanks to all the sponsors who make this happy hour happy. So we're grateful for that. And I just thank Mike for letting me come and join in and sit with him today here in the Hounds of Business happy hour. And we're going to get Vanessa online here. She is at a networking event, and she stepped out from that networking event up there in Canada and went into her car and got the phone going. So we've got her on the phone. She was showing the dash just to prove that she was in the car. And but networking is a big part of her business. And Mike is just a power networker, and that's the whole reason the Hounds of Business is actually working, because it's bringing people together. And there's amazing things that happen when you're able to connect. As I say, there's no limit to what we can do when we network the supercomputers between our ears. And so I'm looking forward to talking with Vanessa. We'll get her up here on the screen and talk about her business. This is an award-winning business, by the way. She's been recognized by the government there in Canada and given an award. We'll talk about some of that. And Vanessa was also on my wife's show, The Aspects of Aging, and she was able to tell a story there. She and her husband, when she was on that show, and there's Vanessa right now, this is one of those unfair things, because there are people living in 0-degree weather right now. And Vanessa, you and your husband were not. You're somewhere nice.
Yes, we were in Dominica. Yes, nice to see you again, Scott.
Yeah, good to see you. Hey, Mike is going to be. Yeah, Mike is going to be jumping in and out here on the internet side of the deal. So let me just jump right in, and let's have you tell people what's going on in Vanessa's world.
Oh my goodness. So what's going on? So I should start saying that I used to work for the corporate world. I left all the corporate world to advocate for the seniors. So I feel like I have my cape that I can help the seniors and be their hero, because as the worker, no one will listen to me. And now that I have this big CEO hat, everybody wants to talk to me now. Now I'm interested. And right? And it shouldn't be that way, because as an employees, we have a lot to say.
So let's get down to the
Sorry.
business of the business. Tell people what it is that what your business actually does. Say, what problem do you solve and who benefits?
Oh God, the kids. The people that hire me are the kids, because the parents are always saying that they're fine. They don't need any help. They're okay. So I don't know even why they're bothering to calling me. So the kids are the ones that are always calling me, and then we're there to support them with either light housekeeping, a meal preparation, laundry, the bed sheets, or taking their parents to a doctor's appointment. Just even take them for a walk, do some exercise, or some companionship, respite. And the best part of my agency, I would say, that makes me different than the other agencies, is that I like to take pictures and report at the end of the day, because essentially you're hiring me to be your eyes and ears. So I want you to know what's going on, what happened while you were not around. So, and then that gives them a peace of mind, knowing that their loved ones are being taken care of like they would. So that
So you
brings me
guys,
joy that I can help them.
your business, you're providing in-home care for people that, and as you said, it's mainly
Yes.
seniors. So you're actually sending people
Well, it's not just
into the
seniors.
homes. What's
In
that?
the homes, we help them if they want to stay. I said we help them just stay home if they want to stay home, but we also help them at retirement homes. We help them at the hospital too. Hello, Jolanda. Nice to see you. Sorry. And yeah, so we help them wherever they are. But it's not just the seniors though. We help the mothers that just have children, and they're not able to have a good sleep, good rest during the day, and they need to sleep at night. So we're there to take care of them too. So, and then whoever's going for surgery. So if you're going for surgery, same thing. So we're there to help you.
So those mothers, as you said, you can come in, give them a break, and also then there's family caregivers who are taking care of loved ones, And so that's called respite care, correct?
Yes, the respite care. Yeah. Oh, they call it
Yeah.
companionship.
Respite
So
care and
yes,
companionship. And then so people who are recovering from surgery,
yes, from cardiac surgeries. Yes, yes. So we also do that too, and
it's funny
it brings me
because
joy that. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
time is the times have changed. It used to be that you would have surgery and then you would go into a hospital room and spend a number of days recovering. And a friend of mine,
Yeah.
it's outpatient surgery for a hip replacement. He goes in and but it turns out that he probably should have had you guys come into the house and make sure that he followed the doctor's instructions, because about a week later he was in a lot of pain because he did what he shouldn't have been doing.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's usually the case. Is usually the case. And in the hospital, they don't have, they have 1 to 8 people that nurses have to look after, right? So they can't just be there all the time. So even if they're at the hospital, like they still need help. So we do that. We do a 1-to-1 in the hospital. So, and then the nurses are very appreciative because they can look after each person individually. And, they have 8 other people to look after. So, yes.
Okay,
Oh,
hey D Scott, I probably got what 5 seconds before I get
Yeah,
kicked off again.
I was just sitting on my hands while you were looking good there.
Yeah, I feel bad.
no, no problem.
Yeah,
So
oh,
yeah,
he
and
knows
then
what
so
he's.
we serve and we serve here in Canada, Ontario, from Stony Creek till about Etobicoke. So if anyone from Canada is listening and you're looking for a PSW, PSW to the rescue. And then I put rescue because we really rescue people, because some of them, they don't know how to look after their loved ones, because for some of them it's their first time, and they need that holding hand, and that's what we're here for. We're here to rescue them. So I felt like the name was fitting for the company name.
And
Yes. So that
rescue is
that's
a rescue is great. So along with that, as I mentioned in the introduction, that you have been recognized by the government with an award. And so tell us about that.
yes. So it's the people that I'm helping in the community. They're the ones that boarding for me and telling them, you should reward Vanessa because she's been out here, giving us the best care, always coming to our house with with a happy smile and a friendly conversation. So that made all the difference. So I was able to get an award because of the people. It's all about the community. This is what it's all about in the end result. It's how you make them feel. And I I'm very always like warm, heartwarming person, and they can sense that. So it brings me joy that I can
And
actually help them the right way.
what was the name of that award and who gave it to you?
It was by it's called by the government. It's called the Lin, and the award is called Heroes in the Home, because I will go to the people's home, so I'm a hero for helping them and their daily care. So that was that was a big compliment, and I got it. Yes, I got it several years from 2000. No, it was from 2011 to 2014, and then they stopped it. They didn't do that anymore. But all the years that they did it, I got it. So I was there. They did a special dinner. I should have given it to Scott. I have a picture of me in the newspaper. I made it to the newspaper that actually says "Heroes in the Home," and with all the ladies that were in the same category as me. So next time I'll give it to Mike. Thank you, Christine, for the compliment. I appreciate. And yeah,
Hey,
so to me, it brings me happiness that I can share my gift with everyone. So
Hey, if you could hear me, all right, let me
Sorry,
interrupt.
you're,
I'm like a bad commercial.
yeah.
I want to make sure folks get this. Go to that website, all right, and vote. It's free through Facebook. One vote, and tell us what you want because you're. It's about to reset in a day, so there's different groups, right? Tell us about this because I want to folks
Yes.
tap
Oh
in,
my
help you.
God, guys. So I've been nominated to be the entrepreneur of impact. So with this award, I can win 25,000. I'll be mentored by the Sharks, and I'll be featured in the Forbes magazine. So essentially, I want to make an impact with the seniors community. I want to, show them that there is hope, because they don't have any hope, because all they get is revolving PSWs, and I avoid that. My company doesn't do that. We don't send different PSWs. So that's what my company stands for. So that's why I'm trying to make an impact, and with this money I will be able to promote my company even more and help more families. So to me, it's a privilege to win this award so I can help other families.
This Heroes in the Home, it just goes with the name of your business. It's
Yeah.
such, right?
Yeah. Yes, it
So,
does for sure.
so let's go back a little bit. How did you get involved? You said you were in the corporate world. So how did you go
Yes.
from the corporate world to this impact?
Oh my God. Yes. Well, I worked in the corporate world for about 15 years, and I still have my agency on the side, but I couldn't shout it out to the world. But now I can, because I'm registered. And so I've been registered for 3 years, and it's been going great. People are, you know, they're happy with my help. And I'm so glad that I left the corporate world, because I feel bad for the people that are getting the help, because all they're getting is like revolving PSWs. And I asked them, I said, well, this client fits on my schedule. And they would say, Vanessa, they're not your clients, they're the company's clients. And I would be like, okay. So I said, okay, well, good to know, So then was done standing on the sidelines and watching this happen, because I cry with the families. I wiped their tears, and I saw their pain and frustration. So
Hmm.
I said, no, well, I'm alive. This is going to change. And so I'm here to make an impact for the seniors and advocate for them. So, and
You
that's why I
know,
go to all these networking events and.
it's great. My wife was a paid in-home caregiver. She worked in almost 100 homes, and she would often say, many of my friends are in their 90s or hundreds. And so it isn't
Oh
just
my goodness.
cleaning a house or it's actually friendships are
No.
formed. So I can't imagine um, that corporate view being so sterile.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah. So I felt bad for the families. So I started my own business, and thank God I did, because it's the best decision I ever made. The
And
families are more happy.
how many people are working for you in the business?
So right now I have about 20 PSWs working for me at the
20. You
moment.
have
But
20.
we want to get 20 PSWs working for me. Yes.
Yeah, so let me just say, this is
Yes.
one of the things that I love about entrepreneurs, right? Because Vanessa, when you were working in the corporate world, right, you did your work, and right, that's fine. But then you went out,
Yeah.
and not only did you create this opportunity to create a better result for those clients that you work with, but you created 20 jobs that didn't exist. That's a major accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And it makes me happy that I can put food and others employees in my company for sure. And then that's why I'm like everyone knows me. I'm the queen of networking, and I'm always enjoy connecting with other businesses, and
So
that's how the business comes. It works.
so let's talk about networking, because you're out in your car, and I had mentioned that you ducked out of a
Yeah.
networking event. Tell us about this event that you're at right now.
So the city of Oakville puts out this event once a month. It's a big organization here in Oakville. It's called the Oakville Chamber, and it's called the After Five Business Hours. And they put on for business to get together and mingle and exchange cars and network. So I stepped out and I said, okay, I gotta go on a podcast. They're like, what? You were at a networking event and you're leaving to go to a podcast? Yes. I'm coming back. If you're here, you're here. If you're gone, okay. But I enjoy meeting new people. It makes me happy that I can connect with other people, and not also that I'm a connector. I like connecting people. So just mm, so
And
maybe that's why I love network.
yeah, networking for small businesses and solo entrepreneurs and so forth. But networking really is one of the most effective and efficient ways to market your business. And so obviously, I mean, you jumped out of the corporate world, you got registered, you've been recognized by the government, you're employing right now 20 people, and here you are at a networking
Yeah.
event. Can you give us some tips for what is it that you do that we can maybe learn from and
So when
apply this for our own business?
Yeah, so when I go to networking events, I keep showing up. That's the key. Because usually the same people that you're meeting there, they're the ones that are consistent. And just follow up. I would say follow up after you get their business cards, because often people don't follow up, and I think that's the fault. Because all great, okay, I got a business card. But if you don't follow up, then there's no point of you getting the business card, because that's when the business really starts. It's when you meet outside the networking event and you meet for a coffee. That's when you see the real value, because then they can say, oh, not always the same person that you met at the event will be your referral, but they know somebody else, and that is so powerful. So you never know who you're going to meet. So I go every time I go on a networking event, I go with an open heart, because just because that person is not in my industry, doesn't align with my industry, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to everybody I see, and I'm always introducing myself, and I'm not shy to talk to somebody and just say, hey, my name is Vanessa, what's your name, what do you do? Just gotta stop being shy. That was me at the beginning. I was very shy to go and approach people, but no, it's like, no, that's it, I gotta go. If no one if I don't go out there, people are not gonna know about my business. And this is how it started. And I started networking end of August last year, and
Okay.
everyone in my town knows me now. Yes, so they call me the queen of networking because I'm everywhere.
So, are you naturally an introvert or an extrovert? Would
No,
you?
I was actually I would call myself an introvert, but I
Yeah.
think being my own boss now, I have to be an extrovert. So I came out of my shell, you would say.
Well,
So
I think it
I
goes to
became an
show that, it goes to show that, whether you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, it effective networking doesn't require you to be an extrovert, and it's not limited by you being an introvert. And so we've got some, I mean, Vanessa, you gave us some very tangible things here. You said, show up, be consistent, um, go ahead and make those conversations, make the connection, uh, get the contact information, business card, or however that is. But then the follow up and having those one-to-one meetings where you can actually get to know the person and their business, and they can get to know you in a little less busy environment, because the networking events can be loud.
oh yes. Oh yeah, for sure. for sure. And then actually, because of all my networking experience, I can't say the name of the company yet because this is, but I've been asked to be an ambassador. I won't say a name of the company because I'm not allowed to, but because of of me doing so much networking, they asked me to be an ambassador. So that is such a privilege. So,
Wow. Yeah.
but
So you're
I will
being
put it out.
recognized.
Yes, I was already doing what I love to do, and now I'm just gonna have a title now. So that was very nice. So yeah,
That's
you can
beautiful.
see that uh, being consistent, it pays off.
Hmm.
So be consistent and show up.
And let's talk about the business. So you're in Canada, and
Yeah.
you talked about being registered. Is there what kind of regulatory items do you have to worry about in running your business?
What do you mean?
Are there? Are you in licensing and your
The,
staff and stuff like that? What kind of government regulations do you have to deal with?
that's a tough question. That's my sister's. I don't usually do that. I more
Oh.
into the.
Well,
So this is
that's
okay.
okay. So
My
let's
sister
go
was
that
very
direction then. Let's go that direction then. Let's talk about because we were going to bring the family in. So tell us about tell us
yeah.
about the structure of your business. You just mentioned your
So this
sister.
yeah. So it's where there's three business owners: me, my mom, and my sister. And my sister takes care of more of the admin side, behind the scenes. I'm the butterfly of the family. I'm out here. Everyone's meeting me. They're getting to know the business because of me. And my mom is actually the soldier in the company. So she's going out there and helping all the clients that come in and trains PSWs. So all each of us have a little role in the company. So that's why it was working so well, because we have each person at each category of the company.
And we got Mike
Yes.
back in. Let's hear your voice there, Mike.
I was gonna go fix a sandwich or oh well look, every time I talk, the internet goes bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh sweet.
Yes.
Hey, boy.
So if you're making sandwiches, chicken salad sounds good.
Yes. One for me too. I think it's called.
So I love that, so one of the
Yeah.
things that here on the Hounds of Business happy hour, Mike spends a lot of time kind of, really going behind the scenes with the business and, find some different items to kind of dig into. And one of them is around your advocacy work with Alzheimer's and dementia care. And those are big issues, both Alzheimer and dementia, which are there. I mean, so dementia is a big category. Alzheimer's is a category
Oh my
within
God.
there.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the aspects around that.
What would you like to know about it? If you don't mind me
Yeah.
asking.
So the question really is around how has your advocacy work for Alzheimer and dementia care changed your community views of these conditions?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. Like the
So,
Alzheimer's,
so
like,
there's a lot of
well, I see a
perception,
lot
and
of
I'll
like
say
old people.
there's a lot of misunderstanding about dementia. And so, talk about kind of what I'll say people who are not involved in it, how those misperceptions are, and how you're correcting those, and how you work with the families and do the education part.
So I always try to educate the family and giving them tips like, you know, you just especially the ones with dementia, you can't tell them if they say the moon is red. You can't go and say the moon is gray because they don't understand the world anymore. So just,
Mm.
we got to teach the families that got to be patient and don't get upset. And I know it's hard to do that, but it's they're not the same person they were 10, 15
Hmm.
years ago. So you just got
Yeah.
to be patient and
So patience. This
you
is
know
one of the things. My wife was a school teacher, and I guess once a school teacher, always a school teacher. Kind of like once a Marine, always a Marine. But my wife taught school, worked with young kids from
yes.
preschool up into grade school ages, and then she graduated herself and started working with senior citizens. And kind of half joking, I said, "Oh, I bet you use a lot of the same skill sets." She said, "Absolutely." But one of the things that I think about on this is that when you're working with young children, they're getting better, right? They're learning a better vocabulary. They're learning about the world around them, and it becomes less work in a way. But when you're dealing with somebody who's dealing with Alzheimer's, any of the many forms of dementia, it's different. And so patience is really, really
Oh,
important. So yeah,
oh yes, very important.
how do you work with your staff and the families in that?
We just tell them, you gotta take a day by day. This is a day by day situation. You One day is gonna be better, the other one's gonna go down. So really, you just gotta take it as it goes because it's the disease. It's no longer them anymore, right? And
Right.
it's frustrating for the family because some of them they don't understand. It's new for them, and they're like, "This is not my father anymore. This is somebody else." And they're grieving at that moment, right? Because it's not longer the person they used to know. And we're just there to support them and, making sure we tell them we understand what you're going through. I know it's not easy, but we're here to support you and understand you and, just give them the validation because that's what they need, right? They want to make sure that they're doing the right by hiring us because often they feel guilty that they have to hire somebody else to look after the parents because they are so exhausted and stressed out. And I validate them and I just said, you're not doing nothing wrong. That's why we're here to support you and you need
Mm.
to rest because it's mental health. It's all about mental health. So we just try to validate their emotions and it's very important.
That's really important. I had a friend who was caring for her mother, and it got to the point where they needed to bring in someone to help, right? And it was such a relief because not only was this burden lifted off of her, but just you're talking about these different things like cleaning and taking care of the person physically and so forth, these different aspects of what you're doing. But what that did then is that freed up the daughter to actually be with her mother and not be doing these things, right? To just listen to the
Yes.
red moon stories.
Yes, that's so true. And that's what I stand for in my company. My company is we send the same PSW. So the same PSW you started with the care, she's the one that's be helping you throughout the whole time you need our services. And we occasionally have a backup. So if the PSW, the main PSW is not able to come for whatever reason, then we have a backup. So, and that's what makes my agency unique because I'm not sending you a revolving PSWs because especially when they have Alzheimer's dementia, they are they're following a routine with the main PSW and if you're putting in different people, you're just confusing them more. So it's especially with them, you need to have consistency.
So
Makes it very important.
yeah, that is important. And so that consistency, so the corporate world, it's just math, right? They're just going, how many hours do we need to fill, and how many people do we need to fill
Yes.
them, and let the computer do the shuffling. Whereas you know what that person needs, what that family needs, and it's consistency. And then
Yeah.
you also mentioned this communication with photographs. Can
Yeah. So I get
and
the whole.
yeah,
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
I just there's a lot of I know there's privacy, but can you share some success stories from families that have benefited from this award-winning care that you're giving, including photo communication?
Yeah, so I used to have this older Italian man. He was about 90 years old and he had Alzheimer's. And when the daughter usually would go away, she would hire me as private to look after her dad because she knew from the very moment he met me, he opened the door for me. And that what the daughter loved was the pictures because I would do before and after. Okay, so here's what I found, and here's how I'm leaving it. And I would write a report, and she's like, "Oh my God, Vanessa, you don't know how much this means to me. This is like heaven. Like, I'm so happy that you came into our lives." Like, she's very grateful, and she's like, "We're so happy. Like, yeah, I can go on my vacation and I don't have to worry because I know you will go above and beyond." So, and that gave me like, oh, that was the best gift you could tell me because to me, to give someone my time and my care, it's the world to me. So I'm very passionate of what I do and I'm carrying it out to my agency. So I guess also in a way you could say I'm micromanaging my PSWs of doing the right thing because they're sending me pictures and report what they're doing. So I'm making sure that the care is done properly. So
I don't know if you're looking at able to look at some of the comments here, but you're getting some great compliments. Some people definitely
uh,
feel the benefit of what you're doing and the impact.
thank you, thank you. And I do want to make an impact because what the families are going through, it's not fun. So
Mm.
that's why I
And so
stopped being the corporate.
let's move into the future, into the vision. What do you see where do you see the future going with this? With your
Oh my God,
business, with the industry? Go
I want
ahead.
to help us. I want to help as many families. Sky's the limit because everyone can benefit from this service. It's for everyone, and but unfortunately, my service is private, and hopefully one day I get to work with the government because what I'm offering is unique, and not everyone has this service that I'm offering. So a lot of families would benefit. So I hope that some people from the government are listening
So
and they would think of me as.
I'll throw that there into the I'll throw that into the audience today. And CJ, that's oh my word. All right, so here's the deal. Um, there's an audience out there listening to this in live in a replay, and they're sharing. And I am 100% positive that somebody knows somebody in the government, and just like you won this award, which validated, somebody's going to say, you guys need to talk to this award winning company. You need to talk to Vanessa because they're making a difference. They're impacting people's lives. And so you're private now. If you go with the government, so right now, private means the families pay not out of
Yes,
insurance or
out of
through a
pocket.
government. Okay.
Hmm.
And so if you work with the government, how would that change the payment and how would it change your business?
So it would, well, it would change. It would means that I can help more families, and they won't have to pay out of pocket because here in Canada we have a thing called OHIP, so which is pay when you do your income tax.
Mhm.
So that would free up some income from them that they can use through the government.
Okay.
So that would help them a
And
lot.
you would be and
Yeah.
with your business, then you would be able to expand and hire more people.
Yes, of course, and I can help more families. Yeah, not just the families that we're looking after, also, uh, people that need work. So it would be benefit both ways,
So
families
uh,
and PSWs.
yeah. So I know that someone's out there thinking, right? They're maybe it's going to come up in the comments here about what to do to get you guys connected up with the government. And but I know this is probably what's going to happen. It's going to happen at a networking event.
Probably, I'm out there. I'm always trying to meet people and connect to. No, I'm not just there in for my benefit. I'm also there to help others. And I'm always actually there and say, how can I help you connect with someone in your business that will help you generate some money? So I'm selfless helping people. That's, I think I carried me my PSW even through networking, because I always want to help people and connect, and it brings me joy. It makes me happy that someone is benefiting out of my help. And to me, that's I can go to sleep knowing that I help someone. So
Mm.
this is what this that's the person who I am.
And I guarantee that's coming through the screen as well. It's who you are. It's that you have a heart to help. That you're not just about growing a business, but you're about helping people, and that happens to grow the business so you can help more people, so you can attend more
Yeah.
networking events. And this is one of those growing issues, right? They call it the silver tsunami, and that is the number of people who need help today is going to be a lot more in 26 and 2030 and so forth. And
Yes.
so as CJ said, leveling up. She's all about leveling up, and that's where you're at. um, you've got
Yeah.
a proven business. The people that work for you, every time that I've seen a successful business, when you have frontline employees who care about their work, it rolls down from the top. It comes from the leadership. So you and your mother and your sister are providing that spirit of help that is infusing your employees and then being disseminated out into the people that you're caring for and their families. Um, and as you said, talking at the beginning, that your customer really is the family. It's really the family member. Those are the ones who hire you and communicate with you.
Yes.
So I lost your video there. You went dark.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. All right. Well, here we are at the
Can you
Hounds of
hear me?
Business happy hour. There's some great comments. Oh, there we're back again on the video side. I
Yeah.
just, as I said, it was great when you were able to join the Aspects of Aging. That's my wife Christine Smith's weekly show, Mondays
Yeah.
at noon Central, and so here we are able to focus on your business, learn a lot more details. And so as the happy hour starts to wind down here, what are the things that you think would be the most beneficial for families who are either themselves looking at care, have family members that are going to be needing care, or helping friends and neighbors? What should we know about dementia, Alzheimer's, respite care? I don't think we didn't get into palliative care, but
Well, we also too
there's some
we're
different
expert in
things.
palliative.
Yeah, maybe we're going to talk about that as we start to wind down the happy hour.
Yes. So when it comes to all palliative, it's very sad, but it's again, we're there to support the family while they're going through this transition. And I would say mainly the care when we're helping a palliative client. It's if they're very sedated, mainly would be like rotating them because they're no longer eating anything. So we have to reposition them every 2 hours because they're not longer bowel movements are not moving much because of the morphine and stuff like that. So it's, I would say, give a lot of support to the family because they're going through a lot. They're passing slowly, slowly see them dying away, and it's hard. So we're there to support them and give them all our love and guidance, and just be there with them because they need us, because mentally they're stressed already of the long, some, it could take, it depends on the palliative that they're going through, the stages. It can take 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, and it's very mentally draining for the family. So we're trying to be there, give them the support that they need, and just, I know it's, they're passing away, just be there to support them. Like, I would say
Mm.
it's when they're like, because they're not moving much anymore. So really, it's mainly we're there for the family when they're they're not able to help us much anymore. Like, they can't talk to us anymore. So just, they need a
Yeah,
lot of support for it.
there's an expert, Barbara Carnes, that's out there, and Christine was able to interview her, and she was a hospice nurse, an RN, and found that she was answering a lot of the same questions, and so she wrote a book, and you're talking about a 15-page book, by the way, um, and
Wow.
millions of copies of that thing have sold because people are in those in that grief, and yet the person is still living, but it's a very undefined time, and so for you and your staff to be there and maybe provide some stability, some consistency in that time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It makes it, I would say the daughter has the time to be the daughter and spend the last days or weeks with them while we're there, because we're making sure that everything gets done behind the scenes, and while they can spend time with their loved ones
Yeah.
that
Well,
they're
this is
going through a hard time.
such an important part of what you do, the compassion, and so Vanessa, I just thank you for what you're doing for the families that are living better lives, happier lives, spending better time with their loved ones, because you're 20 employees, and by the way, again, that's 20 jobs that you created. You and your sister and your mother have created 20 jobs. That is not easily done, but you did it. And so, congratulations on that. You have have an award-winning business recognized by the government. Heroes in the Home, certainly matching PSW to the rescue. So your business, you are rescuing, you are the heroes. I'm just glad that I got to spend more time learning more about your business tonight. And I'll say, I know that looking at those comments that are going through, and I didn't read, I'm going to go through and read the comments because there's some good hearts out here. But that's what is coming through tonight, this evening, Vanessa, is your heart, the compassion that you feel for the individuals, and you're expressing it in a tangible way. And on behalf of everybody who is watching, everybody who is going to watch in replay, and I trust that they're going to share this because what you have said tonight is so important, and having this compassion. So thank you for letting me spend time with you. And I thank Mike Asherbrainer for trusting me to come into the Hounds of Business happy hour this evening and talk to you as you snuck out the back door so you could be leaving the networking event to come out, hang out in your car, share your beautiful heart with us. And now you're going to go back in and change lives again.
Yes. Yes, that's
All
what I
right.
do.
Well,
Thank you.
it's just, yeah, this has been great. And again, thank you. And I think we're going to wind up this happy hour. Anything that I missed that you would like to share?
Vote for me.
Yes.
Don't forget, please. Because what I want to do is I want to make an impact. No, for me, for like the seniors out there. And this is going to
Mhm.
make me blow up. The Forbes magazine, it's the biggest magazine ever. So
Well,
I
there
want
you
to be
go.
out
It
there
is,
and rooting for the seniors. So that's my goal.
as we say, vote early and vote often. And I believe you can vote
Yes,
every
please.
day, right? People can go in and
Every
vote
day.
every
Yes,
day.
please. Every day.
Yep.
Yes, please. You're
Christine voted,
helping
and she's going to
me.
be back in again tomorrow. And the link is there in the chat, so people can follow that hyperlink and bookmark it, and then just go back every day. And that way, we can all have a small part in the life-changing business that you're running.
Yes. Yes. Amazing. Thank you so much,
All
you
right.
guys, for listening to me talking about my company.
Well, with that, I don't know if Mike's going to be able to jump back into the screen here and wind up the happy hour. But again, it's just so much fun. Hey, there he is. Let's see.
Yeah, I was really grumpy, and then CJ texted me, and I'm happy now. So, all right, we're good. Hey, thank you so much, D. Scott, for taking over, man. He was supposed to help, and he just ran the thing. I couldn't have picked anybody better. Thank you, man. Hopefully, he won't send me an invoice. Let's and seriously,
Hey, someone's got to pay for this water I'm drinking. Come on.
Yeah, you didn't know what we were doing, who we were talking to, man. So spot
Right.
on, man. I appreciate it. And Vanessa, you're all heart. And thank you for sharing that. And I know there's so much more. We got to have you and your family back, family-owned business. I can't imagine how nice they are, dadgummit. They nice as you?
Yes, they're very nice. Yes,
Oh,
they
my
are.
goodness. That's what broke my
Especially my
internet.
mom.
Yeah, that's what broke my internet is all that kindness, like Care Bear. All right, so thank you all. I appreciate you. And yeah, if you're done, D. Scott, Vanessa, if you're done, I'll roll the intro or outro. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
Let's do it. Thank you
We'll
all.
see you all.
Appreciate your patience. Good job. Thank you all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.